Hello and welcome to another episode of the Otakuology Podcast. I'm your host, Otaku Mike. With me, as always, it's Jin. He likes it cold, Graves. And today we're talking about episode 4, season 2 of Stranger Things, Will of the Wise. Just like the last 3, this one was a jumbled mess for me in my brain trying to remember it all.
Insane in the brain, insane in the membrane.
But before we get to that,
I gotta tell you something real quick.
Okay.
You said before we hopped on here that you had something funny to tell me, and I almost pulled my punches and started laughing right as we started, and was like, "That's so funny." And then I was like, "You'd be like, you're an asshole."
So as we're recording this, I was away from work last week. I took the day off Friday.
Right.
And I was like, God, I didn't know what's going on at work. So I get to work, I'm saying hi to a couple people here and there, oh yeah, how was your week and stuff like that. I get to my desk and one of my coworkers shows up to me. He's a little more jovial than usual, I would say.
Yeah.
I'm cordial with him or whatever, but we're not like friends. And he's like, "Oh, hey Mike, how's it going? I see you got a new tattoo." And I was like, "Oh yeah, I did, yeah." And not really paying attention, trying to, get ready for work and stuff and whatnot. And I'm sitting there, and he's like, "Hey, so me and my wife recently bought like a new couch from the Amish furniture place. Uh, would you be interested in like having my old couch? It's a nice leather couch, nice good quality leather couch." And I was like, "Nah, I'm not." I was kind of taken off guard because I was like, "What the fuck's going on?" Like, we don't have these kind of conversations.
Yeah.
And the man has never like given me really anything or anything like that. No, it was weird. It's not like that. Like, "Oh, I'll give you something and blah blah blah." It wasn't that kind of relationship. It was just strictly like a work relationship. And so I'm sitting there, I'm like, "Nah, no thanks. I'm already getting rid of my couch. I have no need for a couch. Just no. Thank you for the offer, but I don't need it.
Yeah.
And I went about my day. And then I went to lunch, and one of my other coworkers called me over, and she was like, "Hey, come here, let me tell you something." And she was like, "Did you take the offer from so and so about his couch?" And I was like, No, I didn't." I was like, "Why do you know?" And she was like, "Oh, well, he was telling me about his couch and how he just got a new one." And he was like, "I'm going to give my couch to Mike. And she was like, "Oh, what are you going to do with it?" He's like, "I'm going to give my couch to Mike to see if he wants it. Because, I really don't like how he's been treating me over the last year. And I have he's been treating me like hell. And, I've had all these bad thoughts in my head and, all this anger about the way he's been treating me. And that just doesn't sit right with God and stuff. And I need to make amends because I need to make good with God." Now, we're not a religious podcast, I will say this. And when I heard
We are today, buddy.
and so like he was like, "I'm gonna make amends and I'm gonna give him my couch as like a good good natured gesture type of thing."
Okay.
And I was like, "How the fuck does that make you like good with God if you give me a couch that's been used? Why not give me an apology for the shit you said to me, which made me not really care for you as a person and, only treat you as, a work person professionally."
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, what kind of fucked up shit do you have to have in your fucking head, to be like, Mike was like, only talked work stuff with me. I don't know what the fuck I did, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because I'm not a very confrontational person at work. I just go about my job and I do my job. And like, I don't know what the fuck I did, but it was so weird. It was so weird and out of nowhere. And I feel like he's projecting what he has done onto me and reverse the roles, to be honest.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's about it.
Shoo! This is a lot better than I thought it was going to turn out to be. I was like, if you end up telling me that this guy was somehow trying to con you into a threesome with him and his wife, I am going to lose my fucking shit.
No. No, I have not. I know that was not the case. He just wanted to give me his old busted couch, I guess. But yeah.
I mean, you sure he didn't want to give you his old busted couch because he wanted you to think about him and his wife busting it up?
I don't know. I don't know what he wanted. I just think maybe he thought one good deed because he's like one of those people who like, gives, which it's good to give the people in need, I would say.
Yeah.
And he's one of those people who like every month he gives to like this church on the television, one of those televangelist churches type of thing,
Oh God.
He gives money like he
No.
believes in his head to, if you give, you will receive in kind type of thing.
Okay.
And so I guess him giving this couch to me would be like, hey, big guy up there in the sky, give back to me because I just did a good deed to help this guy out who I don't really care for. But I did a good deed of giving him my old couch.
Yeah, that seems a little crazy. like why?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I was trying to break this down in my brain. And like the farther I went down this little rabbit hole in my brain, like I don't know how to explain this.
I don't know either.
Yeah.
But
like what kind of narcissistic shit do you have to be into to think like that?
I mean, he did acknowledge your tattoo, so
I know he did acknowledge that. He thought it was a fish. It's Kermit the fucking Frog. Not a fish. It's Kermit the Frog drinking tea. Okay?
I, I just gotta tell you, that you sent me the picture when you still had like the second skin on top of it, and I was sitting there. I'm like, I can't tell what the fuck this thing is. And then I guess like you had posted a picture of it to our Instagram.
Yeah.
Shout out to our Instagram. And I was like, oh, that's Kermit the Frog drinking tea or coffee or something. And I was like, oh my God, that is the most randomest fucking tattoo. But it was great because I went from like not knowing like what the fuck you sent me to, oh yeah, this is what it is. And I was like, oh, we've come full circle. I actually know what this tattoo is now.
Yeah. Anyways, that was my rant for the day, I would say.
So, you need a couch?
No, I don't need a couch. I'm actually getting rid of my couch, okay?
I mean, I was checking.
No, I don't need a couch. Unless it's one of those casting couches.
What?
That was an old porn joke from like the early 2000s.
I know. That's why I was like, when you said, oh, unless it's one of those old casting couches, I was like, hey, what the fuck? It's getting really dark here on the Otakuology podcast.
But yeah, no, that was my Monday today.
Christ.
Yeah.
That's I don't know what to say about that. That's crazy. That's super crazy. Like I don't know what to say on that shit.
Well, how about we move into this episode?
Yeah.
And talk about what happened to Will the Wise, because he wasn't very wise in this episode.
I'll tell you what, one fucking thing about Will the Wise, he sure as hell didn't get no fucking free couch.
I mean, he got a free bath, but he didn't really get in his bath.
No, he said no, and he
No,
let
he's
the
like, I
water
like
out.
it cold.
It's
I
too
want
hot, Mom.
it's
Too
too
hot.
hot. It's too hot. We like it cold. So cold we can cut our nipples. Oh, it's so cold.
What?
Yeah, you can cut glass to your nipples because they're so hard because it's cold outside.
Pass. Pass. I don't know where that shit came from. Um, Jesus Christ.
But we end up catching up with Will and the gang. Joyce just got to the school. I forget why she was at the school or going to the school.
Because one of the kids called her.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay, and they were trying to find Will, and Will is still reeling from the effects of the Mind Flayer.
Oh, he's still in that.
Yeah, yeah. It was a little creepy seeing him there and like everybody trying to like get him out of it.
It kind of looked like somebody having like a stand-up seizure.
Yeah, yeah. No, most definitely.
I mean, it was definitely crazy. But yeah, no, like the other thing that throws me off is why, like, if they had called Joyce, did they call Joyce before they ever knew where he was? I mean,
I think they called Joyce when they couldn't find him.
okay,
Is what
because
it
like
was.
she runs into Dustin first, going, oh, where are you at?
Yeah.
Um, so I mean that was crazy, and we get it on the flip side though, where we're in the upside down, and we still have where the Mind Flayer is basically like implanting itself into Will through the orifices.
Every time I see this or in later seasons when they're using like tentacles,
Yeah.
I just think like hentai tentacle monsters.
You're like, if only Stranger Things was made by the Japanese.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Some like erotsy what's it called? Why am I blanking on it? The one that like invented like tentacle porn. Erotsika Doji, I think it was.
Oh, don't ask me that.
I forget what it's called. Legend of the Overfiend, I think it was called over here. Yeah, that's every time they go to this. Every time they go to this, like that's what it reminds me of.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Is that shit? Oh my god, he's got 50 dicks in his mouth.
Maybe?
I don't know. Mind Flayer dicks. Who knows?
Jesus. You threw me off.
sorry.
Um, but we have where Joyce basically gets Will and takes him home and tries running him like a hot bath because he tells her how cold he is, and she uses one of the old school mercury thermometers
Yeah.
to check on him, and she's like, oh, like you're like way below cold. And so she gets a bath going, and like she could stick her hand in it, so it couldn't have been like that hot. But he was like freaking out. He goes, no, it's so hot, Mom. Like I had to do it. And man, in that time, for the price of water or whatever, to be a parent that walks in and your kid has already pulled the plug because they don't like the temperature of their bath.
You're like, God damn it, that was $5 of water right there.
Oh yeah, I was like, I was feeling that too. I watched it. I was like, "You son of a bitch!
Why would you
start
do that?
You start pulling that fucking water out of the drain now."
But obviously, we find out something is wrong with Will. Something is inside Will that we don't know what it is, and it's affecting him in ways nobody understands.
Yes. Well, and we don't know if it's inside Will or not.
Oh, it's inside Will.
Why did that sound so seductive?
I don't know. Maybe it's my voice.
Oh, it's inside Will.
Oh yeah.
Jesus Christ.
It surrounds us. It penetrates us. How was that? Was that good? That okay?
Are you getting into voice acting anytime soon?
Maybe.
You're so stupid. Um, so like kind of that stuff happens, which I mean we can stick with the wheel stuff right now just because I feel like it was pretty much controlled except for when Hopper came over.
Yeah.
But you know, Joyce is trying to ask him like, well, what is it? And he's like, I can't tell you. It's more of like a feeling, like what it is.
Do you
And
think he understood what it was at this point, or he just didn't know?
I like if he knew like who it was supposed to be.
Yeah.
No, I think he just felt like the powers from it. Because like obviously we could say like, oh yeah, this is supposed to relate to season 5 and be like parts of Vecna, but I really think this was probably the Mind Flayer first before Vecna like
It got to
got
Vecna.
his before it got his form together.
Yeah.
Um,
It's kind of always like, I always kind of question it when watching this season because we know obviously Will's infected with something, and that's a big part of this season
yeah, yeah.
is him being infected by this thing. And I always kind of question whether or not like it was Will or it was kind of like a We Are Venom type of situation.
Yeah, I
You
could see
know?
that. I could see that. Or like what is it? Woody Harrelson having Carnage.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, like they don't exactly get along together. Um, but we have where that stuff happens. We have where Joyce has to call Hopper.
She calls
Hopper
him like 20 times.
Yeah, Hopper comes over, which we'll get back to what he was doing before that. But Hopper comes over, and Will is just sitting there in like a pair of like boxers with his window open,
The
and
door's open to like every
yeah,
window's open.
like the AC I feel like is on. Maybe I don't know, but we're getting to the point of it. Like, think about it. We just had Halloween not that long
Yeah,
ago.
no, they've hit like fall winter time.
Like we are in the cold weather and Will's just like that. That's how he likes it.
I wonder if it was cold when they were filming this.
Ooh, I don't know.
That's because sometimes they'll like film cold things, but it's actually like hot outside.
Yeah. No, I completely agree with you because like that's one of the weird things like that I focus on more now, especially like after seeing Supernatural. And kind of did it in this a little bit with Nancy and Jonathan, where they're kind of like driving through the backwoods and stuff. Um, and you can see like the scenery around it.
Yeah,
And I try and look at that to tell me like, okay, does this match up with the time of year that it's supposed to be, or is this like way off? Like, are they technically filming it in summer and tried to stage it where it looked like it was fall or
like
something
it
like that?
reminds me. Have you ever seen Band of Brothers?
Yes.
So there was a scene in like later on in the series where they're in like a forest, I think it is. They're getting bombarded by like, artillery,
Yeah.
and it's like a really cold, like they're in the winter. If you know the behind the scenes, that was filmed on like a sound stage,
Yeah.
and all the snow was like shredded paper. And if
That's
you look
funny.
closely, nobody has cold breath.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
That would
that's
make
that's what,
sense.
that's why I always start to question nowadays. Like, well, is it actually cold, or did they film in like a cold time of the year? Like, what's
Yeah.
what's going on? You know?
Yeah. No, that makes a lot of sense. Especially like when you hear like a bunch of the thing behind the scenes, like with voice actors and or not voice actors, actors and stuff, and they're like, "Yeah, we were at this one place and it was so freaking cold."
Yeah,
Or like vice versa, it was so hot. Like some of the stuff with Steve, whenever he's shirtless, like in his jeans or whatever, like Joe Keery like brings it up. He's like, sometimes it was way too cold, and sometimes it was way too hot. So that's kind of some of the funny things is you realize like at times they're wearing like parkas and stuff, and it's like
Yeah.
100 degrees outside, and then they're filming like shirtless or like a swimming scene or something like that, and it's like 20 below, and you're like, how in the world?
Yeah. Yeah. And then we end up actually, are we going to still stay on Will or?
Yeah, we can stay on wheel because
Okay.
this is where they're Hopper brings up a good point. He's like, hey, like why not try and do something different? Like instead of trying to like verbalize for it, and that's when Joyce hops in and goes, why don't you like draw it?
And he starts what seems to be gibberish, not
Yes.
like just colors on a page. We find out that all these pages connect,
Yeah, they do.
and they connect a lot.
Yeah,
Which
they do.
we find out that this is some kind of root system almost,
Yeah.
which leads Hopper to put two and two together from the vegetable farms.
Yeah.
Which I was like, ugh. When he starts, we'll get into it later, but when he starts digging into the hole,
Yeah.
but we'll get into that at the end because that happens towards the end.
Yeah, yeah. Um but we have that, we have where all the stuff is, which I thought, do they take them all and pick them up off the floor and put them all on the wall?
They like tape them on the floor.
Okay, because I was thinking like they had just had them on the floor, and I was like, well, at one point, don't they pick them up and like put them on the wall?
I think maybe Bob does that. I'm
Okay,
not. I'm not
that
for
yeah,
sure.
no, you're probably right. Like, because I'm trying to like stick in this episode and what we've had and not think past it.
Because
So
if I remember
you're probably
correctly,
right.
like Bob is like really, really good at puzzles, and
Yeah,
he like figures it out. I think it is.
yeah. You got some in the wrong place.
Yeah,
Yeah, so that's probably like the next episode.
yeah.
Um,
But we
but
end up
yeah,
going from that
and
to 11 and Hopper,
yeah, we can do
right?
that one.
Okay, so 11 and Hopper. Hopper is still waiting for 11 to come back from her little excursion because he already knows that like she got caught by the lady and their kid and the dog. I think because they called it
Yeah,
in. They're like, all the Russian girls somewhere around here. So he puts
yeah,
two and two together, and he is sitting outside, probably almost finished with the six, like a pack of cigs right now.
yeah,
You know, he's smoking hardcore, and you see her like just go through the door, and he starts yelling at her for doing stupid shit, and she's yelling back. It's a big, huge argument. I gotta be honest, like 10-year-old me would not be with Hopper in this
yeah,
situation. Like I would have been with 11 and be like, oh yeah, you fucking shithole. This is a fucking shithole. You lie to me all the time. Like, yeah, he lies to you all the time. You know, never gonna get to go anywhere. But like 40-year-old me, I'm with Hopper on this one.
10-year-old me versus. Oh no, I mean, I,
As a father.
I totally agree. Like this makes me think of another situation that I love for Squid Games. The guy with the black mask, the front man.
Yeah.
So he sat down because his kid like requested, "Hey, can we watch this together?" And he was like, "Well, yeah, we can." He goes, "I just have to tell you, like, I did a lot of bad stuff in this show." And they were like, "That's okay, Dad. Like, I'll be on your team. I'll root for you." And they get done and they look at him and they go, "I'm gonna have to change sides." And like that makes me think of this situation because yeah, you're kind of like 10-year-old me would definitely be this, but then you're like, I'm not 10-year-old me. I'm now me, and I definitely see the point of view from a parent. You know?
Yeah, like he's like, don't you fucking turn your back on me. I told you you have three fucking simple rules. Don't leave this house. Like,
Yeah,
don't do anything. And he's like, you're grounded. And this part made me laugh.
yeah,
So he's like, you're grounded. And he's like, no Egos for you for a week.
From the fridge in the trash.
No TV and blah blah blah. It's like, you want to go for a month? You want to go for no TV at all? And she's like using her powers
To
to
hold
try
it
to
down.
hold
Yeah.
it down. He's like, stop it. Let go of the TV, which really is something like a kid would fucking do, I feel like.
Yeah, yeah,
Except this kid has superpowers.
yeah.
And he's like, fucking let go of the TV. And he's like, you know what? No TV at all. Which I feel like is a worse punishment than no TV for a week. But I mean, that's her like entire window to the outside world
Yeah, yeah.
is the TV. So he's
No,
like cutting her off.
no TV for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and I mean that I think that's kudos to Hopper though, right there, because like if you were a parent with like a superpowered kid, how would you ever feel like comfortable enough with them to ever say stuff like that?
And in a sense, I don't feel like he was comfortable when she starts using her powers on him.
I disagree. I think Hopper was so mad. He knew that she was doing it. Well, I mean, obviously he knew she was doing it. I don't think he really cared whether she was. I mean, she could have been a fucking Demogorgon, and I think Hopper would have been exactly the same way. Which that would be funny. Like if Hopper adopted a Demogorgon, it's like,
well, there was like points where like she was like moving the couch and stuff. He's like, "Hey, stop it!" And he like picks up the book and throws it at him.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
I don't know if he was like 100% ready for that for her to use her powers against him.
yeah. Yeah. Well, no, that may be true in that aspect, but I don't. I just think at the end of the day, he didn't really care. I think he was so hot about the whole situation. He was just like, like you have to listen to me, and if you're not listening to me, we have problems.
Which I think some of the Sarah stuff is really starting to creep in at this point. Of like him like being a dad and losing somebody, like losing a child.
Yeah, I
Like,
could see that.
I think he's very much projecting that onto Elle
Yeah,
at this point. But I mean, I get it where he's coming from is the fact that, he doesn't want to lose her. He wants to keep her safe because he doesn't know the, like, if this new regime at Hawkins Lab are good guys.
yeah, yeah.
He doesn't know if he can trust them.
Well, not only that, but like think about all the Hawkins Lab paperwork and stuff that he had. Which jumping forward, so
Okay, yeah.
Hopper's got a lot of this stuff like underneath the floorboards at the house that nobody knew really that he had, and 11 ends up finding it. But
Yes.
but I think like after him probably having that and reading through it, he knows like he's
Yeah.
like yeah, like this is the problem that we're having. Like I know that there's these other people out there. I know all the crazy shit that that Brenner did. Like he knows so much stuff about it, and I think that's what he has to be cautious about. I
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't say scared of, but I think he's cautious about it at this current moment. Because yeah, I feel like it is setting in like the stuff from his daughter, but I also feel like we're at that point and he hasn't fully accepted Elle to take that role. Like he's kind of like
Yeah.
almost like babysitting her to an extent.
Yeah, I would say so.
Because I mean, I think the end of this season and going into season 3 are really where we see him accept her as his daughter.
Yeah, because don't they get like she gets adopted?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he's real hard, at being a dad and stuff. I mean, keep the door 3 inches open.
Yeah.
So I think it's just because it hasn't fully set in for him yet, but I think we're getting there.
Mm-hmm.
Especially
Yeah.
like how all this happens. But 11 gets to find all that stuff. She does start cleaning up part of the mess that's there. Which I didn't know that they had a Murphy's bed, which was kind of weird. Or
Oh, did they?
I thought that's the shelf that she put up was like a Murphy's bed.
Was it a Murphy's bed or was it just a shelf she like threw on the floor?
Maybe Maybe there was a sheet behind it. I thought it was a bed when she put it
Maybe.
up.
I don't know. I have to go back and look, to be honest.
Yeah, yeah. Um, because I thought it was at one point, but now that you say that, I don't know if that makes a lot of sense that it was one.
Yeah, because I remember like there was a shelf that got knocked over with a bunch of books on it.
Yeah, that's probably it then. Um, but like she picks that up, cleans up all the stuff, sweeping the glass, and that's where she finds where this hidey hole is, the Hawkins Lab, and what all this other stuff is. She finds where what her real name is. She now knows that she's not 11; she's Jane.
Well, does she actually know that her name's Jane? Oh, I guess she does by the end of this. Yeah,
Well, I think she knows now just because like she was reading the stuff and she's probably like, well, why does Hopper have all this stuff? And it all just kind of lined up too well. And then after that, when she actually did kind of use the radio to like go find her mom,
yeah,
I think that too is what really fully set it in for her to know that that happened. Um,
yeah.
which did what's her face die?
Who?
The mom. I couldn't remember if it happened yet or not.
I don't remember, to be honest.
I because something happened. I was confused how she held concentration with her, and then when she just disappeared.
I don't think she died. I think because I think she comes back, or 11 goes to see her at one point.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't think she dies. I just think maybe something happened to break concentration. I can't talk right now.
Conversation.
The conversation that they was having, you know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
So
but
I have
yeah,
no idea.
yeah, yeah. But yeah, I mean that's crazy. And then of course, like, uh, she kind of is almost getting ready to just like say fuck it and go again. Um, but Hopper, like you were saying at the for the end, he does go and notice that maybe these things may be vines,
Yeah.
that are the pathways that Will was drawing, and he goes back out to, I believe it was the pumpkin farmer's house that had the corn on the other side,
I think so.
and he starts like making a hole, and this thing kind of looks like a sinkhole because it just gets started, like, you know,
Yeah, and it looks weird when he touches it with a shovel. It looks
yeah,
like jello.
yeah,
Really,
because it's sinking in.
yeah, really black jello.
Which we brought it up before. This is one of the parts that I like, where after he jumps down in the hole, they do the
Oh,
camera angle
yes.
where they twist it. And
Yes.
I don't know when they stopped doing it, but at one point they stopped, and I really enjoy when they do that because it makes you kind of think like that's how the show's going to end or how the episode is ending, because like, oh, everything's going upside down.
I would say they probably stopped it in maybe season 4.
I don't know because I don't even remember that in season 4.
I mean, they kind of do it in season 5, I think.
Maybe.
Like a little bit. I want to say, but I don't remember. I don't remember, to be honest.
Yeah, I can't remember either. And then take your pick. Who do you want to follow next?
Uh, Follow the kids. We haven't talked about the kids in a while.
Okay, okay. So here we after they basically find Will out in the woods and everything, um, they go to their prospective houses essentially, um, because and we don't really get to see that. We just know like they were trying to do that, and then it was the next day. We really don't get anybody talked or anything that night. Um, but the next day, uh, we focus on Dustin as D'Artagnan is obviously this little fat frog looking thing at this point, and he gives it more Three
He
Musketeers.
gives it more nougat.
Yeah, which is funny. I will like to add on this because I watched this episode around my mother.
Uh-huh.
uh, for the thing. And so for Valentine's Day, she was like, "Hey, I got you something." I was like, "Oh, you did
A Three Musketeers bar.
a Three Musketeers bar?" I was like, "Is this because of Stranger Things?" And she was like, "Yeah,
Let me ask you, I'm not a huge fan of Three Musketeers.
yeah,
Did you enjoy it?
yeah."
Okay. Like, if I had to pick out of the candy bars, I would say Three Musketeers is like one of the lower candy bars.
See, I used to be a Snickers guy.
Yeah.
Like, I love Snickers, and I don't know where I kind of lost that. It almost seemed like everything in that is too much. So like my two that I really like are Three Musketeers, uh, or Babe Ruth. Like, I love Babe Ruth.
See,
Um,
I'm like a Snickers guy, but like I totally get what you mean with like, Snickers could be too much.
yeah, yeah.
I
It's
think
like there's three different things in it.
it depends on what kind of Snickers you get. I feel like the fun size are like and
Yeah,
like the regular candy bars are okay, but when you get like to the king size,
yeah.
it's a little too much.
Well,
My
and
favorite candy bar.
and I think that's why I like the Babe Ruth, because there's only like two things. Not only that, but one of your favorite movies, Baby Ruth.
Baby Ruth.
Yeah, yeah,
I have to say, I don't hate Baby Ruths. I think they're
yeah,
fine.
yeah.
But my to go candy bar is a Mr. Good bar.
That's funny because you want to guess my to go candy bar.
What
You want
is
to?
it? Is
I'll
it
give you
the crackle bar?
I'll give you two guesses.
The crunch bar?
It's not the Crunch Bar.
Oh, what?
I'll give you one more guess.
I don't know.
Okay. My favorite candy bar is a whatchamacallit.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, and a lot of people are like, what?
I mean, aren't
Because
those kind of hard to find?
no,
Okay.
no, and I mean they're really good. Like, I enjoy them. I feel like it's not as much as everything else, but like I said, like it would be that, and then maybe a Baby Ruth, and then the Milky Way, or a Payday.
Yeah, yeah,
Um, but I think that's just like when you get older, like that's how it changes. Like from being a kid and not, you
yeah,
know.
yeah.
Um,
But yeah, he leaves and goes to school. He finds the others and Max digging around in the garbage looking for a dart. Where the fuck did they get these sticks from?
I don't fucking know.
I love when Lucas jumps out of the garbage and he's like, "Well, well, well, look who decided to show up."
Yeah,
And Dustin's like, what the fuck,
you weren't here for when we were drawing straws, and now you show up as I'm getting done in the trash.
Yeah, yeah. No, I love this scene between them. It's a lot of fun. It's the running joke of Lucas like smelling
Yeah,
because he was in the trash is really funny.
yeah, yeah.
But yeah, but I don't like the scene when it coming up where they're like, "Oh, we gotta have a meeting," or I forget what meeting they were going to for, but like they kick Max out of the meeting.
They're going to talk about they're going to talk about the stuff with Will.
Oh,
That's what it was. Because they were like, well, he's not here.
yeah, I don't like it that they kick her out.
Yeah, I mean, I get it.
I
I
feel like
get
that's
like,
more. I feel like that's more Mike's fault.
yeah, I'd agree with that. But it's just because nobody wants to like let her in on what the secret of that stuff is. And I get it. Like, the age that they are, it would be one of those things like you don't really want to tell a lot of people anything about it, because if
But
you
she's
do, like,
already in the thick of it.
not that she knows of, though.
But she saw the seizure. Zombie boy have the seizure,
Yeah, but you could just say that was a seizure.
and then she knows about Dart.
Yeah, but you could say that's just like some kind of a frog or a toad.
I don't know. I don't like it.
You know what I'm saying? Like, there's not enough of the craziness to do it. I feel like at this point we could almost think about it like the shit that Murray says.
Oh yeah.
Like if there's enough of it, it seems true. If there's too much of it, it seems like there's a bigger problem and
And
that
we
somebody's making it up.
and we end up towards the end of the day. I think school just let out. And like Max is like basically like fuck off, I don't want to deal with you. And Lucas is like, no, like you're in the group, like you're cool. It's just we can't let you in the there's some secret stuff. We can't let you in the group. And he's like,
Yeah, yeah.
well, Elle, did Elle know? And he's like, how'd you know about Elle? And we see her go over to Billy's car, and this is where we get
We get the early racism.
the early racism.
Yeah.
You gotta stay away from certain types of guys. And I just hated this fucking scene. I hate it. I know they don't really touch on racism in Stranger Things and like race in general in Stranger Things,
Yeah. Yeah.
but I did not like this.
Yeah, no, I agree. Like that's one thing like I'm always going to be on the side with stuff with Billy like can people have redemption arcs? Sure. Do I feel like Billy really ever had a redemption arc? No.
Maybe like at the very end.
No, I don't even feel like that. Like there wasn't enough time allotted for him to make everything right with how that situation was. I mean, you could kind of say it in episode 3 where he did kind of like stay away from Max and Lucas so that they could date. But like, he never really let Lucas in or anything else like that. Like
Yeah.
I think that would have been a better thing for that to have happened, but obviously we weren't going to get a story like that because of what's planned for to happen to Billy in season 3.
Yeah. He very much tries to pull like the big brother card,
Yeah, yeah.
the watchful big brother card, like which doesn't go well with Max whatsoever.
Yeah, which there is one kudos I would give to Billy, and it's really weird because I feel like it's so weird that it's going to come out of my mouth. But we have two where like Billy and Steve are playing basketball, shirts and skins again,
Oh yeah.
and they're talking about it and knocks him over. And he's like, "Hey, bud, like next time you should plant your feet and do like all this other stuff." Which I really don't think we have like a lot of Steve time in this episode.
No, Steve's only in this like one scene, basically.
Yeah, well, there's two scenes,
Two
and then
scenes.
the second scene that he's in, and this is where the kudos are, is you see where Billy and Steve are in the showers together, and they're talking about all the other stuff, and then you have Tommy H as he's sitting there too on the other side, and he's like,
It's good you remembered his name because I didn't.
yeah, he's like, oh yeah, like you didn't know that Nancy and Jonathan like never came in, and they're probably off like banging and stuff and all this other stuff and blah
Yeah.
blah blah. And like knowing how much of a kiss ass Tommy H kind of is, I mean, don't get me wrong, like Tommy H is a person, but Tommy H is a fucking follower. Like,
He's kind of a caricature
yeah,
of like, you know,
yeah,
he doesn't
it's
really have any personality.
no, no. But he tries to kind of do that, and I feel like he's almost trying to kiss up to Billy.
Yeah, yeah,
Uh,
most definitely.
because he kind of was trying to follow Billy and be like his bitch boy at the party when he was Cobra Kai.
Yeah, and I still have to go back and watch that because I don't remember.
Yeah, yeah. But he was trying to like follow him. Oh, hey Billy, like
Yeah,
all this other stuff. Like he thinks like, oh well, the King Steve ship is sinking. I can hop off onto the Billy King ship.
yeah.
Um,
He gives him like I would say Billy does give him some like hey, don't worry, there's other bitches in the sea. Basically,
yeah, I'll leave you some.
I'll leave you
I mean
some.
he says that to Steve, but I just think the kudos for Billy in this part is he really doesn't acknowledge anything for Tommy H. Like Tommy H is there still trying to kiss his ass, and Billy just doesn't give a shit.
Yeah,
Not how Steve was in season 1, where he's like everything kind of hung on Tommy and what's her face is like you know
like
them.
their approval.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, like it's kind of changed into this other like weird kind of monster, and Billy just doesn't give a shit. So
Yeah.
I like the whole thing of how Tommy H is almost trying to kiss Billy's ass, but it's just not working.
Yeah. And then we move over to Nancy and Jonathan, which I think this might be the final little story arc in this episode.
Yeah, because we didn't have anything else with the boys after this, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So we see them. I totally forgot that they were like had this plan
yeah,
to go to the park. I thought they were gonna go meet Murray for some reason. When like they both like I guess lied to their parents about where they were gonna be and stuff.
yeah.
There was this little scene that I really liked. I thought it was very subtle. So like Nancy gets up and she's like, getting some toast, and she starts being, "Oh, mom, we're gonna go to so and so's house, hang out, study, gossip a little bit, paint our nails." And she like gets some toast and sits back down, and she turns to um, Holly and she's like, "You want some toast?"
Yeah,
And Holly's like, "Yeah, I want some toast."
yeah.
It was just a real subtle scene. I kind of liked it, and I don't know if it was in the script or not.
Oh, yeah. I have no idea. That's
Yeah,
pretty funny. Um, but yeah, so we have where both of them go to the park, and then it's like the park is full of secret agents.
this scene creeped me the fuck out when I was watching it
Yeah,
because like they were noticing it, and I was noticing, and I was like, "Oh fuck, they're surrounded." And I was like, "Where the fuck is Murray when you need him?"
yeah, yeah.
Because I was getting my seasons mixed up. I thought Murray was gonna like come back in this season.
No, he's supposed to come back in the season.
Does he?
Yeah,
I thought he
because
comes back in like season 3.
he comes back in that season too. This is supposed to be the season where Jonathan and Nancy go find him, remember,
Oh.
at his little compound, and Murray, they play the tape that they recorded,
Oh yes, 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 yes.
and
Now I
he's like,
remember.
well, that's not believable. Like, you have to water it down.
So yeah, they
And then he talks them into sleeping together.
so I forgot about that. Yeah. I was getting my seasons mixed up.
Yeah.
So yeah, so they're surrounded and they're like trying to leave, which I think they fucked with their car.
Oh, most definitely. Most
When
definitely.
you see the woman from behind in the rear view mirror, that fucking creeped me the fuck out. And like they were all around this car. Like
Yeah, they were.
obviously they disabled the car. Like where the fuck are they gonna go?
Yeah, yeah.
Like come on now.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just threw me. It threw me for a loop, and they're like, "Well, I guess we got to go with them. We have no other choice now."
Well, and my whole thing is like, to jump forward a little bit. My whole thing is when they came back out, did they fix the car and make it even better?
Maybe that's what I was wondering.
Because when he puts the key in and turns it,
And
and
it
they're like,
starts.
vroom, I was like, did it used to do that, or was it kind of like a vroom?
Do you think was it? Is it Owens makes it better?
Well, not Owens, but the bald agent
Yeah,
guy. I could see that, but it just made me laugh. I was like, so are you shocked that it works,
I was. I was shocked.
or are you shocked that it works better?
Yeah,
Um, yeah, but that whole scene was crazy. And then Professor Owens walks in and tells them, "Hey, you guys can go ahead and come with us. Let's talk about it." He takes them to go see where the rift was, to the upside down in the lab,
yeah,
and them trying to burn it shut, like trying to seal up a wound.
yeah. They're trying to
And
cauterize it almost.
yeah, yeah, and he's like, "Oh, it just keeps growing, and there's roots coming out of it, and all this other crap." Like,
Yeah,
it's getting worse and worse and worse. What else are we going to be able to do about this? Um, and
yeah.
it
And
it just gets crazy.
he tries to flip the script and show them everything that's going on.
Yeah, yeah, and he's like, well, you're just gonna have to like close your lips, like don't say nothing about it, and not knowing that it was almost like they tried to like pull a blind side on Nancy and Jonathan, and Nancy and Jonathan pulled a blind side on them because they had the
Yeah,
tape recorder and everything ready to go.
yeah. Which I forgot about this plan. I really did. It was a surprise to me that they came out with the tape recorder when I watched this again.
Yeah, yeah,
I was like, oh, this scene makes so much more sense.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So yeah,
Um,
they get this recording, which is very surprising that they do.
yeah,
And then we end up going to, I think, to the last scene where we see Dustin getting back from school, I think it was.
yeah, yeah. We haven't covered that yet. The only other last part to touch on for this is we see as the car is driving down a road, and they go past the sign that says "Leaving Hawkins."
Oh yeah,
So
I forgot about that.
we're not exactly sure where they're going. I mean, if you've listened, me and Mike have already said that they're going to Murray's, but I digress. But then we do have this last scene before we would have gotten through like the Hopper stuff and all that.
This is probably one of the worst scenes in Stranger Things.
I agree.
It's involving like an animal, like an actual animal.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
they fucking killed Dustin's cat.
yeah. They killed Muse, which remind me, we'll have to come back to the beginning of this scene at one point. But going forward, yeah, Dustin comes home. Um, the tank, the turtle tank is broken.
Yeah,
There is like skin everywhere. It looks like something's like molted almost, but like more gelatinous.
yeah.
And we have where D'Artagnan's little face that used to be, well, kind of used to look like a butthole, um, has now grown into like a baby demo dog that has like not all five like little petals of the Demogorgon head, but four of the petals and a little spike coming out ready for it to grow into that fifth head.
He's evolved.
Yeah, yeah. And he's big enough eating Muse.
Yeah, he hadn't even finished him yet, but he was working on him.
Yeah, yeah.
Because
And
Muse is a big boy.
that's where I think that now Dustin is like, oh my god, I know what this thing is now.
Yeah, I don't think he does not. I think he does know too. Yeah, it's hard not to deny it.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know.
Anything that opens up like a flower is probably not an okay deal.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, I mean, I almost want like a Jurassic, not a Jurassic Park, a Jumanji reference here, where it's like, yeah, if it's purple and it opens, you should probably avoid it. Um, no, the one thing that I had to ask you in this is, I swear to God, Dustin's mom was pouring Muse a bowl of Cheerios.
She was pouring Meow Mix.
It was all circles.
It was Meow Mix.
I have never seen Meow Mix that was
I'm
all
pretty sure they
circles.
changed their formula from then till now.
Well, I just mean, I know that they've all been like the little X's.
I mean, maybe they used Cheerios in this episode. I don't know, but that was a box of Meow Mix.
Yeah. Well, when she's pouring it, I was like, who's pouring cereal? Like, is she having soup? And then you see it's Dustin's mom bent over pouring it into the cat bowl, and I was like, what the fuck?
Dustin, your dinner's ready.
But they're all circles, and that's what really threw me off too. I was like, why is she pouring Cheerios
No,
into a
I
cat
get it. I
bowl?
get it. I get
Yeah, yeah. They had to do away with the hugs, and then they made all the meow mix into kisses
it.
because they're all X's now.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it was crazy.
So, what did you think of this episode?
Uh, See, that's really hard. In season 2, I feel like all the episodes just keep getting better.
I think it's kind of a jumbled mess almost.
Yeah, yeah.
Like it wasn't terrible. It wasn't terrible, but I say it's like a definitely like a midpoint, and things are starting to come together plot wise.
Yeah, yeah.
I would say personally.
Now, I will say, like, there is stuff from this season that I am a little jumbled on because I feel like Lucas and Max should have been at the arcade by themselves together.
Yeah,
Um,
I
b-
honestly can't remember to be honest.
yeah. Well, it hasn't happened yet,
Yeah,
but they go and Billy like really threatens her at one point. Um,
yeah,
After he picks her up, and Dustin or Lucas starts walking outside, and he sees him, and then he drives off, and then he talks to Max about it. I thought I told you to stay away from him, which is where we get the big racist scene in this, um, of him really like bringing up Lucas
yeah,
and part of that jazz. But I mean, like everything just kind of builds upon itself right now, and I think like season 2 is pretty solid as we keep moving forward, because every episode kind of adds a little more to itself. Um,
yeah,
and I really can't wait for us to get uh, the one team up that's going to be like the team up for the rest of every season after this, which is where Dustin and Steve kind of come together.
yeah.
We
That's
we
like the
haven't
point. Like, yeah,
Yeah,
they
we
hit
haven't gotten that yet.
they hit it off and become best friends.
Yeah, yeah. Um, so we have that, and um we haven't gotten to the part where 11 runs off, because that's
Yeah,
when we go back to the other stuff. I feel like that's where a low point in these episodes hits.
yeah. That's honestly that's all for a lot of people. That's one of the low points like of the series,
Yeah, yeah,
which I don't. I don't know. I like it that 11 kind of finds herself, but that version of 11 that we get at the end of this, which we'll get into it later on, kind of goes away after this a little bit.
yeah,
So, I know what they're people say they were trying to do like a backdoor pilot or whatever in this season to possibly have, a spinoff with Kali and stuff.
yeah,
Um, you know, I don't know. Yeah. I feel like this season is a little bit of a slow burn.
yeah, yeah.
And
No,
towards the end it kind of starts to pop off a little bit.
yeah. No, I agree with that. I also think it'd be kind of cool because we've talked about it before about what's canon and what's non-canon.
Yeah.
And I know that there's the one comic that we were talking about that they have it where like there's part of the other kids that have powers.
Yeah.
And I think it would be a really cool thing if we did get some of that where part of the kids that were there were able to run off,
Well,
have kind of what their comic stories are, and then basically get found by Brenner and brought back.
if I remember correctly, they all die but 8 and 11.
That's what I'm saying. It would have to be like they ran
Yeah.
off, had their
Yeah.
stories, and then got caught and returned.
I think they wanted to do that with one other character, but I believe that was like non-canon,
Yeah,
canonized, I would say.
yeah, yeah,
Which I would read that and talk about it on the podcast for sure if I get a hold of it. Um, so that one dealt with like a pyrokinetic type of person with pyro because they wanted something kind of like X-Men a little bit,
yeah, yeah,
if I
yeah,
remember correctly. But then they all had pushy powers or mind control.
yeah,
So yeah, yeah. Me, this episode is okay. It's not terrible.
yeah.
Like it's not my favorite episode.
What was the worst part?
Oh God, I would say it's just the stuff with Will.
Oh, okay,
Like
okay.
for me, it's a big shift having him back and be a big part of the show
Yeah, yeah.
because he wasn't really around in the last season.
Yeah.
Like, it kind of feels like, now go with me on this. If you ever watch The Hangover, it's normally the three guys and like Doug is off doing whatever. I
Yeah.
feel like Will is the Doug of this universe.
Okay.
And he just off by himself, and the real magic is with the three other kids. You
Maybe.
know, they're the ones going on the adventure, not Will.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know. That's just me.
Um Yeah, I was trying to think if he was anywhere in the next season, but I guess that's where he's trying to have all the kids play D&D and they're like, "No, we don't want to do that because of the mall."
Oh yeah. I mean, I think he's in it. I just
He is. He's just kind of a background character though.
yeah, he's not a real big character until what, like season 4, season 5?
Yeah, season
Maybe
4 into
mostly
season
season
5.
5?
Yeah, yeah.
Mostly season 5, yeah. Like, he's not a character that like are really attached to in this.
Yeah.
Like, even my problem with like Mike, I'm still somewhat attached to him as a character.
Yeah.
And like, but like Dustin, Lucas, Steve, even Max, sometimes I feel like 11 is very insufferable.
Yeah. I see that too.
You know. But yeah, I mean, I thought this episode was okay. It was okay. But Jen, where can they find you at?
You can find me at Bard's Tavern on Instagram and everywhere that Otakuology can be found.
You can also find me at Otakuology. Make sure to rate and review the podcast. You can find us on YouTube as well. We can comment and leave us a like share the video on there. At the moment, people are telling us to not use AI thumbnail art. I use the
Just
art. I use art loosely.
yeah.
The people are telling us to not do that for our thumbnails.
Yeah, just one group. But
Just one group. What's
stay
one group?
tuned because we will cover a topic on that, just like we like to cover a lot of fucked up topics that happen to us that aren't coming from us, they're coming at us. So, you know, it'll all be great.
You can also find me at my YouTube channel, The Otaku Mike, as well.
Yeah. But anyway, guys, thanks for listening. And I'm sure you guys will find us back here the next time you listen to our show. It'll just tell you, so go ahead and like hit that like follow button or whatever and get the notifications that we have a new show that's dropped. And we will catch you next Tuesday.